Hello everyone, it is Lucy here and I am back with another video. In today's video we are doing the gorilla habitat. In our last video you saw that I did get a male gorilla. What you did not see is before I built this habitat I ended up getting a female as well. She's not of status or anything, but I just thought so he'd have some company. We did have enough conservation points to get her. She's so beautiful, I love her so much, she's so cute. They are majestic animals, they're just so beautiful to look at. I think I've even found my time when I was doing the ending, you know, where you kind of see them walking around in their natural habitat, or their habitat, I guess. I tried to make it as natural as possible, but when you see them walking around in their habitat, like I always do at the end of my habitat builds, I ended up kind of looking at them a little bit longer after the video stopped, just because they were just so beautiful and so gorgeous. They were getting to know each other really good. It seems like they really don't like to be without each other, so I think that was a good call to get a girl gorilla, just so that way the male has just a companion and he can, you know, feel like he's not all alone. I feel like that would be pretty lonely if you're in a area where you don't have any other animals to kind of, you know, hang out with or anything like that. But they seem to like each other. They don't really like each other going too far away, so it's just really cute. But I ended up just trying to add as much greenery as I could to this habitat. So yeah, I just tried to make it look as tropical as I could. They are not, like, they are shy because they really love coverage, but they do not, you know, they're not upset about the coverage that I added. There's some animals that really don't like coverage and you have to be really careful, but these animals, I was like, oh no, I'm adding in all of this greenery and then I'm gonna have to take it all out because that's what's happened before with some animals. And then I ended up looking and they really don't care. They love it all of the greenery they love. So I had to put in a chain link fence around them, which is really sad just because, you know, I don't know. It's just really sad to me that I couldn't make it a little bit more realistic as possible, but unfortunately they needed the chain link fence because it needed to be a certain height. And then what is funny is I forgot to add the non-climbable portion to the top of the chain link fence, and the one of the screenshots that I was going to add to the end had the gorilla just climbing out, and I was like, oh no, what are you doing? So I had to emergency capture, and they were just trying to get out. I saw all these people running and I was like, why are they running? And so when I zoomed out, I saw the gorilla just climbing up the fence and getting out. So that was really funny. So I had to put the non-climbable portion on the chain link fence, and then they were fine. So that way they won't get out. But see how high it needs to be? It needs to be really, really high. I'm not really sure though, because spoiler alert, I was kind of redoing another animal's habitat, and it said it needed to be a certain height, and I put it down like even lower than what it said it needed to be at, and they weren't climbing out or jumping out or anything like that. So hopefully, you know, I'm not sure what was going on there. I always thought it had to be that specific height that it says in the game, but I guess apparently it doesn't really need to be, you know, that high, as long as it's not high enough for them to just kind of, you know, jump out or, you know, or climb out. And then I think if you put that little climbing non-climbable thing on it, I think they should be fine. So I should be able to lower this a little bit because I just feel like it is so huge and so obnoxious. But I really like the placement of this habitat. I did shift some of the staff buildings over. I got rid of some of the plain staff buildings and created some new ones. Whatever was missing from the giant panda and red panda areas, I just place those buildings in. I think there was like a veterinarian surgery center, and then the I think like a workshop or something like that for the mechanics to go in. So yeah, I just added in those buildings. It's great now, and they are really close to the gorilla habitats, so that way the keepers can kind of get close, you know, get there as quick as they can, because I feel like when you have habitats that are kind of like clear across your zoo, it takes them a while to get there, and because they have to go in and they have to cut up all of the you know, food and all of that stuff. So I was looking, and a lot of our staff members are due for some training, so I will do that probably in the next part of the zoo. I'll probably try to focus on that. But here I am adding in just this little water area for the gorillas, so that way there they can drink fresh water from over here, because I really hate putting in the little water spigot. I just feel like it screams that they're in a habitat, and I really don't like that. So I try to put in fresh water as best I can. I did end up kind of rearranging things in our zoo just a tiny bit. Spoiler alert as well, but you'll see that in the next part. I tried to kind of rearrange and shift some things around, so you'll see that as well. And just putting in a lot of greenery, like I said, in this habitat, because I wanted it to make it look as natural as possible and as close to where they would be out in the wild as I could, just because that's really what I try to do with the animals. I love Planet Zoo so much just for the fact of the animals. And it was so funny because I was streaming this zoo a long time ago when this was a stream zoo. It was like way back, like last summer, and it was so funny because somebody commented in my stream and they're like, don't you find it funny that they really took the time to make the animals look so realistic, but then the little avatars that are walking around, like the people, don't look at all realistic. They look like cartoons. And I was like, that is really funny that they did that, but I think it's because the animals were the most important part, obviously, right? But also the guests really drive me nuts, and I really just don't like them. Hate is a strong word. I was going to say I hate them, but I really don't like them, especially when you put in vending areas and they litter all through your park, and it just creates a mess, because we have the walk through koala habitat and the walk through kangaroo habitat, and they were just littering like crazy in there, and it really made me sad, because it's like you're walking through somebody's habitat and you're just littering like crazy. I just never understood that. Whenever I go out with my kids or wherever we go, if we go to the zoo or something, we always throw our garbage away and we put it in the correct bins, whether it's like recycling or the regular trash. But we really try to be mindful about that, because it's like you're walking into somebody's home, basically. So it's like we have to go through the little bird habitat in there, and it's just, people just don't understand that you're walking through people, like animals' habitats. I call them people because they are like so precious to me. Animals are just so precious, but it's like you're walking through an animal habitat. Just be respectful. But anyways, you guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the talking portion right here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Stay tuned to the very end so you can see the gorillas walking around in their habitat, but like I said, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all very soon.